dressed up, and we were freezing our butts off, okay? So go back to sleep, everything's fine. And anyway, we just had a great, fabulous time on the hill, and even though we shot mostly nights, my dog was getting up and literally running into the walls, not knowing if it was day or night. It's really funny. And 10 was after that. How many of you remember my part in 10? Wow, not many, huh?
I've only seen the movie once, and it's way back when.
Well, it's a little diamond of a part. If you want to go back and revisit it. First of all, it's just a great movie. But it was really one of the gems, I think, of my career. Working with Blake Edwards and Dudley Moore, and just trying to keep up with Dudley. I danced on many tabletops in Mexico with Dudley, and a lot of the crew. I mean, Dudley was just that kind of guy. It was like, yeah, well, let's go out there. And he'd just hang with everybody. He would just hang with everybody. And Blake Edwards was just kind of one of my saviors, I think, in my early career, and just so believed in me and sent me to his agents, who didn't take me. But he and Julie were just dear, sweet people, and got to work with so many talented. I just thought I'd died and gone to heaven, you know. I'd done one film, and here I am in Las Havas, Mexico, and everything's paid for, and you know. And this is who Blake Edwards was. I got down to the set the first day. I was with a little tiny agency, right? So they had not negotiated a dressing room for me. But of course, I'm so naive. I don't know how to do contracts or anything yet. So I get down to the beach. And Dudley and his executive producer, Blake and his executive producer walk up, and he says, "Hi, Dee, I'm so happy to have you here, and is everything all right?" And I said, "Oh, Mr. Edwards, I love my room, it's so beautiful, and I got to come first class." And I tell all these stories in my book, Bright Light, and he said, "So everything's great?" And I said, "Well, there's just one thing. Where's my trailer?" Because there was Dudley's trailer and there was Bo Derek's trailer. And he did not miss a beat. He looked at Tony Adams and he goes, "Where's her trailer?" And Tony goes, "It's on its way, Mr. Edwards. It's a little late getting here." And he took one beat. She's in with Bo till it gets here. Well, John Derek was not too happy about that, let me tell you. John Derek was a pain in the you-know-what. He got thrown off the set a couple of times.
He hovered over her during the shoot, or?
Well, he was her manager. He was, you know, but he was more. I mean, I dearly loved Bo Derek, and I loved working with her. You know, but he was her protector, and he was doing his job from his point of view. From Blake's point of view, a little bit too much. So anyway, I really enjoyed working with everybody there. Blake took such good care of me, and then Cujo. Well, I guess it was E.T. first, wasn't it? Then, do I have to tell you anything? You probably heard all of the stories. And none of them, quite frankly, are terribly interesting from E.T. A lot of you don't know maybe that the way they got that great walk that E.T. did was they have a little boy with no legs. And they put him in upside down in the costume. He walked on his hands. Oh. And that's how they got that amazing characteristic.
Do you feel it was necessary when they changed it was a topic with a couple of guys yesterday, when the boys were going away to meet the ship, and they had the policemen there. Originally they had guns.
Yeah.
They changed it over.
And they made me change the word terrorist.
That, yes. What was that?
Well, I think Stephen had acquired a lot of children and young children, and I think kind of had awakened in him a responsibility, a social responsibility. And that was his genuine effort at doing what was right, and taking responsibility after 9/11. It was really about, let me tell you, my whole industry changed after 9/11, guys. If you watch shows now, and you watch shows from the 80s, the emotions aren't real today. They're very held back, they're very contained. They don't want you, you know, to play it for the emotional depth of reality in most cases, on most. If you watch things like CSI and stuff like that, people get murdered, or their children are murdered, or their spouses are murdered, and they just sit there and talk about it, you know. I would never, I mean, if you've seen me do Texas cadet murders or any of those things that I've done, you know, that's not real to me. But after 9/11, we all went, I have to protect myself. I have to close my heart down. I have to be okay. I can't really deal with what, you know. And I think as a society, indeed as a world, we're all being asked to open our hearts back up again, because we really shut them to protect ourselves. And when you shut your hearts down, guys, your creative process stops. In life. In life it stops. And it's really our duty to be brave again and walk back into that love, you know, of trusting love again, because until we do, we're going to keep creating and attracting the non-love, and that's not what any of us want. But I'm getting away from the movies.
That's okay.
What was Spielberg like as a director?
Spielberg is an amazing director, obviously.